what the just happened to the Giants, man?
Can't hit. They just have this issues where no one's hitting. Man, it is just brutal on a lineup when you got one person guaranteed to go 2 hits in a week, 3 hits in a week. That's tough as hell to take. You need to win 90% of the games, and they are losing every single one of those games. Obviously they acquired Devers because they were in a slump. He hit a little bit to start. He's hit a wall. Oh, he got a couple hits. He's a good hitter. He's going to hit. He goes through slumps. He's a little banged up. He's not the most athletic dude in the whole world. Like, we all know that. He looks like he can get hurt. He looks like he is hurt a lot of times. And I think he's got a groin issue and another issue. He's out there. He plays, though. Like, he gets bumped up, but he plays, which is what they love about him. But Jung Hoo Lee had been in a terrible slump all June. They need him. There's no other way. Adames has not hit at all. He's starting to hit a little bit. Chapman's been out. They just have these issues where no one's hitting. And like, usually even a mediocre team has a couple guys hitting, but Elio Ramos was hot in the beginning, is not hitting. Wilmer Flores is not hitting. Like, there's nobody who's hitting. Now, maybe things start to change because there's some decent hitters there, but they cannot score runs. So Logan Webb goes out there, will give you 7 innings, give up 2 or 3 runs. You need to win 90% of the games, and they are losing every single one of those games. And then Hayden Birdsong, really talented young pitcher, has been doing very well. He's going to blow up. Like, that's going to happen. And he's blown up the last couple outings. Their problem is if their starting pitcher gives up 5 runs, they cannot win that game. They cannot win that game. So they're got some issues. I think they're going to do some stuff. I don't know what else they can do, but Posey has shown he is not an inactive gentleman. I mean, he's a president. Like, he's going to try to do stuff. I don't think he's going to sell the farm. They don't have much to sell. I don't think they're trading Bryce Eldridge, who is their number 1 prospect, who's actually hurt right now. So you're not getting top value for him, but they're going to move some things around. Hey, they could use another pitcher. They traded a pitcher that was going to be scary to trade from their depth, Kyle Harrison for Devers, but you had to do it. They're 2 or 3 players short, which we kind of knew, but can they hold steady, not get below 500, which I kind of think is, if you're at 500, then you can make a run and you can get in the wild card, right? That's the way it's set up. Like, the wild card's like 86 to 87 wins. So if you are in the mode of getting to 81 and then just do a little spurt in the last month, you can get to 87 and you can get in. You might even be like, the second wild card, not even the last wild card. I think they're decent. They need Chapman back, even though he wasn't hitting great. And they really need Jung Hoo Lee and Willie Adames to hit. I don't think there's a lot of hope for many of the other guys to be great hitters, but Jung Hoo can be a good hitter, and Adames has been a solid hitter throughout his career. I don't know if how much longer he's going to be a shortstop, though. But that might be your second baseman, even in a matter of 1 or 2 years. Then you need another shortstop. But they just need him to hit. If you're going to clunk around at shortstop, you better hit. Those guys might start to hit. It's just been this whole thing where nobody's hit. That's what happens when we have a bunch of mediocre hitters. But even mediocre hitters get hot at some point, and that has not happened. And then the pitching is going to get hit. Like, they could not. They were the number 2 team ERA, I think. Been hit around. That's going to happen. You guys are not going to. Dodgers just throw. I don't even know the Dodgers. They're just throwing out arms out there I've never heard of. But if you score 6 runs, you're going to win a lot of games. And the Giants just can't score 6 runs.
Yeah, the Dodgers kind of had this, I think, from mid-May to like mid-June. It was 26 games in a row against kind of all teams that were like either playoff bound or right there. They got out of that period more or less playing about 500 ball, right? And kind of near the end of that, the Giants were actually tied with them in first place. Yeah. I think if anybody was going to make a move on the Dodgers, it had to be during that period. They've come out of that now, and yeah, they're throwing out these 4A guys that can, beat the Rockies on a Tuesday, as I always say. What I'm wondering, I guess, is like, if the Giants slide kind of continues here, I mean, right now they're right there, right? They're a half game out of the wild card.
Everybody stinks right now.
Now that said, let's just say this month continues to go bad, right? Is there any chance they become sellers at that point? And if they do, kind of like from like a maybe a contractual standpoint, who are some guys that they might be able to move to kind of set themselves up for down the road?
Well, I gotta say it. There's always any chance that anything happens at any time, but it would have to be a pretty big free fall, because it's not like this wild card race is smoking. It's not. The Mets stink. The Phillies are not. I mean, they're just who's running away with 3 wild card spots. The Padres have not been good. The Diamondbacks are coming on, which I was always wondering about, and they certainly helped that they've been playing the Giants. But I just think the likeliest is that even if the Giants don't play well, they're still going to be within 3-4 games of the last wild card spot, and they don't sell. They free fall like they're doing now. If this goes all the way through July and they're 8 games out of the third wild card spot, yeah, I could see them saying, you know, what's smart about this, but I don't know who they trade. Like who on that? You're looking at that roster, Dylan. Who do you want? You want Logan Webb? They're not trading him.
Right.
I mean, you mentioned Duvall. I don't think he's that good. Other people like him. Then pitched a good 10th, so they can win. But I don't know how much you get for Duvall. I think they would trade him. I don't know,
Right.
but he is their closer. I don't think, you know, who's Wilmer Flores getting you much? No, they're not trading Chapman. Adames is untradeable. Jung Hoo Lee is untradeable. Patrick Bailey is interesting to me. They just signed the old Dodger catcher. What's his name?
Austin Barnes.
Yeah, I can't hit.
Yeah.
Patrick Bailey has not hit for a long time.
Wait, dude, I think looking at Barnes is like he might actually be able to play, or is this just like they want to get intel from him?
No, I don't think it's intel. I think it's like we might need another catcher. I think it is that.
Okay.
I mean, not saying that they think he is the other catcher. I'm just saying they might need another catcher. Patrick Bailey hasn't hit for a long time. But here, let me take this through a little path here. I'm just his main value is defense now. It's he can throw out space. He's really good at that, but also it's framing. Like you look into what his WAR counts. A lot of this sometimes it's the framing. 2 things. 2 pass balls in a previous game because he tries to frame so aggressive, right?
Yeah.
The other one is they're going to an automatic strike.
Yeah,
that's happening at some point. I mean, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe next season, maybe the season after that. So that value, whatever, you know, baseball stat metrics, you know, apply to it, is kind of going to go away. And then your 180 hitter, which is what he's been. Now he's been hitting a little better lately. I don't know. You know, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
It's like he is a 200 hitter at best right now. That's what he is. Like he stabilizes to 200. He's hitting like 160 for months at a time, and he stabilizes to 200. Boy, I mean, I'd be curious. I don't think the answer is in the system. I don't know what you can do to get one, but it's an interesting question because you can hold on. You can keep a black hole in one position. I think you don't want any, but you can do it in one position. They have like 4 of them. So when you have 4 of them, the most extreme black hole hurts you even more. And that is Patrick Bailey. I mean, he has been a terrible, terrible hitter for the second half of last season and into this season. Terrible hitter. If your WAR is doing stuff that's going to be eradicated in a year or two, it's an interesting spot to be. I don't know. I mean, it's just like he would do really well on a team that has a bunch of good hitters. The Giants do not have that. They don't have any good hitters right now. Devers is a good hitter. I shouldn't say that, but he hasn't been hitting recently. It's an interesting place to be. And Posey, an old catcher, you know, I know he would value a lot of things that Bailey does, and I think he might have some harsh opinions about some of the things. Hitting 180 for most of this first half of the season is very hard to deal with. It just is. It's just, you know, Giants fans largely love Bailey. I get it. He's homegrown, former first-round pick. It's like the only good first-round pick of the Farhan Zaidi era. Eldridge would be another if he comes up and does something. But, man, it is just brutal on a lineup when you're batting 180, when you got one person guaranteed to go, you know, 2 hits in a week, you know, 3 hits in a week. That's tough as hell to take when you're just piling up outs and everywhere else. Automatic outs are something to absolutely avoid. And Bailey's been better he's been taking some walks. I shouldn't say it's been, but man, to stabilize at 200 with like a 590 OPS, that's not good. That's not a good major league thing.